You're in Rome with your girlfriend, and someone said, and it was, how did you find out? Apparently on Twitter it said Zach Cashin was traded, but you had no idea you were the guy he was traded for. Is that correct?
Yeah, I just saw. I was just kind of. It was July 1st, and I was just kind of keeping track on Twitter of some signings and the deals that were going on, and then I saw that Montreal trades for Zach Cashin, and I was like, oh, okay. And I told my girlfriend that we traded, and she's like, oh, who's he? I was like, he's kind of like a player like me, gritty and pretty tough. And she said, oh no, that's not good. I was like, no, it's fine. That's good for. It's always good to have some help, and it's good for a team. And then like a minute later, I see Mark Bergevin call my phone. I'm like, oh.
Hey, what's been life like? I mean, Nathan Horton a couple of years ago chose to go to Columbus to quiet things down after being in Boston, even winning Stanley Cups there. I mean, you've been in New York, you've been in Montreal. Those are two hotbeds. What are those experiences like?
They've been awesome for me. I've always enjoyed kind of hockey towns, and kind of, I don't know. Those are fun places to play. Going into loud buildings and where the fans are very passionate. Great organizations. So I think those types of organizations and cities and teams that kind of bring out the best in me. So it's one of the reasons I chose Montreal, and New York was awesome. I had so much fun there.
So tell me something. First of all, were you angry you got traded?
No, not really. It's kind of it's part of the game, and there's ways you can look at it. You can look at it maybe negative, in a negative way, say like, oh, they didn't want me, but it's kind of also you can look at it as a very positive way, and that Vancouver was coming for you very hard, and they want a guy